Hi there, it's me again, your Lavanya. We are continuing our thought process, our discussion on the text called as Unmai vilakkam. We have already discussed 29 verses and today we are moving on to the 30th verse. Just a small recap. The Guru has been asked 8 questions by the disciple, and the 8 questions were: what are the 36 tattvams, which was answered for us, and then what is Anavam? Anavam is ignorance, right? He was asking what is Anavam, that was answered. What is karma? That was also answered. The next important question that was put forth to the Guru was, who am I and who are you? And those two were also answered. So out of 8 questions, we have seen answers for 5 questions. Now we are pending with 3 more, and that is what we are going to discuss right now. So the next question, the 6th question, goes this way. The Guru is asked another question. There is something called as the 5 syllables, which is very, very auspicious when it comes to worshipping, which we call it as a mantra, Sivaya Nama. One thing we need to understand here is we should not say Sivaya Namaha, because according to Sanskrit, ha simply means a full stop. So when we say Sivaya Namaha, it becomes another syllable when it comes to Tamil language. So the meaning itself will change. We need to just say Sivaya Nama, that's it. So when we are pronouncing a mantra, we are not supposed to change it. When we change the mantra, the meaning will change. We may not be able to get the full benefit of it. So we are not supposed to say Sivaya Namaga or Sivaya Namaha or whatever. It is Sivaya Nama. Now we are going to discuss about those concepts from 30th verse onwards. Let's look at the verse number 30. Nal Tavator தாம் காண நாதாந்தத்து அஞ்செழுத்தால் உற்று உருவாய் நின்ற ஆடல் உள்ளபடி பெற்றிட நான் விண்ணார் பொழில் வெண்ணெய் மெய்கண்ட நாதனே தன்னார் அருளாலே சாற்று. The disciple is putting forth a beautiful request. He says, Guru, I need you to give me a clarity on what is the form of Nataraja. If you look at the concept of Nataraja, it is not just a form, because we usually say, oh, there is a, when you talk about Shiva worship, there is a form, there is a form as well as like a Shivalinga kind of a worship, and there is a formless worship also. If you look at these 3, it is not something that we need to feel inferior about, rather we need to feel superior about. The reason is it had catered for the maturity level of any kind of living being. For example, if you ask me to go and say, okay, God is everywhere, just close your eyes and tell your problem, I don't have that kind of a maturity yet. I will be like, if I'm going to talk like in air, will people think that I'm mad? How am I going to say, I don't see anyone in front of me? It's like talking to the wall. It's like I don't have any, I'm not able to relate. This is because of immaturity from my side. Now, for people like me, if you say close your eyes and just keep talking, I don't think it's going to be practically possible. That is where Lord Shiva came up with a little bit of mercy. He said, okay, don't worry. If you are not able to relate with me in a formless manner, I'll come to you in a Shivalinga format. If you look at Shivalinga format, it is just like a stone, like it's like a normal stone, like in a battery format. We have it there. Do you see a form there? Yes. But can you make out something from the form? No. So it is neither a form nor a formless kind of a worship. So people with a little bit of maturity will start falling in love with the Shivlinga, and we are able to see that quite a lot right now. People are able to relate with Shivlinga. Certain people will say, hey, it is just a stone, how do you expect me to go and worship a stone? I don't see much of a difference. So for people without that level of maturity also, God again has mercy on that, and he's coming in the form in a form approach. Now even in form, certain people, we love to see God in the form of a male, like a macho man, and it's like very powerful, who's able to safeguard myself. Sometimes we love our mom or we love our wife, so we want the God to be in a lady format because we love that form. So God took that kind of an approach, and he said, okay, I'll come in various forms. Wherever you are able to relate, go ahead and relate with that. Sometimes we like cute little babies, chubby babies, chubby teddy bears kind of a babies, right? In those cases, that's why we started falling in love with Vinayaka. So sometimes we say, oh, I need a beautiful little child. That's why we have Muruga. Sometimes we need a motherly affection, motherly love, motherly care. That is where we started worshipping goddesses. Now you see, depending on the maturity level of people, as long as you have someone to relate and tell your problems and you're able to open it up, that is the reason forms were created. Now imagine form, Shivlinga, formless. Three kinds of worship started coming in. It is not because we are confused, but because we need to cater for variety of needs. You look at it, it is the same broccoli that we have, but we are making variety of dishes. Why? If you just boil broccoli and give it to me, probably I may not like it. So you need to make varieties out of it to entice and for us to relish that. Even in simple food itself, when we are asking for varieties, of course, when we want to talk to someone, share our problem, share our grief and grievances, and we need a crying shoulder, we need to be able to relate with the form, right? If we are not able to relate with the form, I won't be able to lean on that particular shoulders. That is the reason we have the form as well as the formless worship. Now let's look at this. When God has come down because of the mercy he has on us, he took one approach which is called as the Natraja. We call it as Ambalavanar. He came in the form of a cosmic dancer. What is this cosmic dance all about? Is it a form or is it formless? Of course, cosmic dance is in the form of mantra. When you look at a cosmic dancer, you should not be relating it with a form. Rather, you need to look at it from a mantra point of view. And that is what our next verses are going to talk about. We are going to talk about what is Nama Sivaya and Sivaya Nama kind of mantras. One more thing that we need to understand is we don't pronounce it as Shivaya Nama or Nama Shivaya. Shiva is a name, it's not a mantra. Siva is a mantra because Si has a significant meaning, and that's one thing we are going to discuss about it. So as I said earlier, when we are pronouncing the mantra, we need to be very careful. We are not supposed to increase or decrease the frequencies or the vibrations. We are not supposed to increase letters or decrease the letters as well. So we are not supposed to call it as Namah Shivaya or Shivaya Nama or Namaha or Namaka. We are not supposed to use any of these because that is not classified as mantra. It will all become like pronouncing a name. If you want to really get the benefit of the mantra, we need to say as Nama Sivaya or Sivaya Nama. And that is what we are going to discuss about in the next few songs. So until then, I'll take leave. I'll come back again with the next song. Until then, bye-bye.